Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Gemini? Four of Pentacles. Capricorn energy at the foundation of the reading, Gemini. Gemini, I'm feeling an energy of restriction, a very suffocating kind of energy, almost to the point of feeling like you're energetically being choked out. It's like an energy that's sitting on top of you. Simply put, Gemini, there is an energy here that is holding on to you for dear life and will not let you go. This could be family dynamics. It could be romantic related. It could be friendships. It could even be having to do with your career. So take it as it fits. But whatever the case, I'm just picking up on somebody who doesn't want you to move away from them and go out into the world and be great without them. It's an energy that wants to keep you in some sort of poverty mindset, lack mentality, as if to say, this is it. This is as good as it's ever going to get. But the fact that this energy is coming up right at the foundation of the reading, Gemini, this is telling me that there's actually something else out there far better for you. There is an energy of stability, wealth, security beyond the confines of this particular energy that I'm getting here. What do we have at the sacral, please? Ooh, Lovers in reverse at the sacral. Gemini, that is your energy. This goes along perfectly with everything I'm saying here. This is representing this energy that is holding on to you for dear life. It's like they won't let you go, and they expect you to stay in some sort of energy of discord with them. I won't let you go, and we're also never going to have any sort of peace between us. There's this energy of imbalance. It's an energy of having misaligned values with whatever this energy is here. There's a lot of miscommunication inside this energy. There's a lot of disharmony and struggle. With this energy, everything in your life is worse off. It's as if this energy is the common denominator. This energy has been touching every area of your life, creating some sort of an energetic influence. In other words, this is the energy of a poverty mindset. See, poverty mindset is something that will seep into every sector of your life, spread itself between everything, into all the cracks, weaving its way in like a spiritual cancer. Trying to eradicate yourself with this energy takes tremendous work, patience, and time. This energy is trying to weigh you down so you can never get away from it, Gemini. It's the type of energy of knowing that you need to find a different job because you're so miserable at your current job, or knowing you need to find a different place to live because you're so miserable with your current living arrangements, or knowing you need to get away from somebody that you're in a romantic connection with because it's so chaotic and there's so much arguments and discord between the two of you. But circumstances make it difficult. Typically speaking, it's going to have to do with something material, finding a new place. For some of you, trying to come up with the finances to do so, finding a new job if it's job related. There's this sort of transitional energy that I'm picking up on here. It's like this is the worry. So rather than face this, people just stay where they're at. They stay in this energy of imbalance. Cheaper to keep her or to keep him kind of energy. I just heard that so clearly. For some of you, this is a parent, more specifically a mother that I'm picking up on, that some of you are trying to move away from, somebody who's just really just squeezing any sort of joy and pleasure out of your life. This person's very negative, very depressive, stuck in a hole, doesn't want to change, doesn't want to be better. And rather than letting you go, they'd rather hold on to you and drag you down with them. Boy, do I know that energy, Gemini. I know it so well. For some of you, this is all you've ever known. There's an energetic portal that's going to be opening up for you, Gemini. I'm hearing that it's going to be in July, Leo season. There's going to be an opportunity that comes your way that's going to allow you to make a change. Whatever this opportunity is that comes in for you, Gemini, it's very important that you take this. Start preparing to make a change. Because if you miss this opportunity, it might be a while before another opportunity comes around. But there's some sort of a focus on July, Leo season, is what I'm getting here intuitively. What do we have at the solar plexus? Wow, 8 of Cups, Pisces energy at the solar plexus. Here's this opportunity. Follows up what I just said beautifully. The energy of being able to break away, withdraw from this energy, abandon all hope kind of energy. I just saw somebody jumping off of a ship into the ocean and swimming to shore. As dangerous as that is, it's worth swimming through the shark-infested waters to get away from whatever energy is on the ship, which I feel is representative of this 4 of Pentacles at the foundation, what you're dealing with, Gemini. I'm just picking up this energy where you're completely done. You're ready for a change. It's all over this energy. A lot of truth has been exposed to you as well. And I feel that this has come way of some sort of spiritual awakening, ascensions that you've been going through in your life. You're just seeing things differently now. You're being pushed to make this move as well. You really want to start moving in an energy of purpose. You don't want to repeat these generational patterns that have been passed down the generational line. Black sheep energy. You see very clearly how you're to move, or enough of it to just really know that you need to start making some big moves here. I'm feeling a sense of excitement from your energy, but there's also an energy that I'm getting here of uncertainty. But it's almost like being excited about the uncertainty. It's like you're excited for an adventure, Gemini. You're ready for an adventure. You're ready for a change. This energy you're in is just, you're completely powerless to it. Blocked solar plexus is what I'm getting here. Okay, there's a lot of energy trying to come out. Hierophant at the heart. Taurus energy, energy of restrictions, having to conform, having to compromise your own happiness. This is what you've been dealing with, Gemini. You should never have to compromise your own happiness, ever. And if you feel that you need to compromise your own happiness to stay inside this particular cycle, this should be a very clear indication on how you should be moving away from this energy. Never, ever compromise your happiness under any circumstance. That is devil energy at play. Make no mistake of that. Because anybody who truly wanted what was best for you would never ask you to do that. It's like this energy expects you to uphold the same generational karmic tradition that they submitted to. And they absolutely know, without a shadow of a doubt, that they sacrificed their own life to this energy. But rather than tell you not to do the same, they'd rather lead you astray and get you stuck in the same trap as them. But you understand now that it's time for you to start finding your own way, Gemini. You're not falling for this trick. you see very clearly what's taking place here. Your higher guidance is directing you away from this energy for a very specific set of reasons here. Your life, your destiny is literally on the line. What do we have at the throat? What do we have at the throat? Nine of Swords, Gemini energy at the throat. A lot of you are in this Nine of Swords right now. I still feel the energy of most of you are still dealing with this. You're preparing for the escape, so to speak. Some of you are actually trying to work it out one last time, is what I just heard. I just heard someone say, I'm going to give it one more shot, see how it goes. But you also know that at some point, Gemini, this hopelessness is going to lead you to having to face your fears, right? That energy of jumping into shark-infested waters and swimming to shore, because you know that as dangerous as that is, it's better than the options you're being presented with. But Gemini, I feel that once you actually jump into what you think are shark-infested waters, you'll find that there's no sharks in there at all. Energy of facing your fears. Energy of you making something worse than it has to be. It's like an energy of making up an excuse as to why you can't go in a certain direction. Overthinking something is really what it comes down to, Gemini, with this Nine of Swords at the throat. Well, I can't do that because, oh, well, then this, and I can't do that because this, and shadow Gemini energy. This is okay, though, Gemini. We all go through this in these sorts of cycles. I've been through this before. But there will be a point, once you've crossed through that doorway and stepped over that threshold, you'll look back and you'll be like, oh my God, all that worry for nothing. I should have done this a long time ago. You'll start to have this different perspective. All that matters, Gemini, is that you get into a mindset of being very forward focused. Get out of your head. And you are a Gemini, so on the daily basis, this is something that you're always coming up against. Getting out of your own head, getting out of your own way. But if you can bring this into balance, Gemini, self-empower, and push forward, I promise you it will be well worth it. Because whatever that thing is, that place, could just be the desire to want a better life. Whatever it is, that's where you're supposed to be. What do we have at the third eye, please? Seven of Cups. Scorpio energy at the third eye. Shadow Scorpio energy. Getting out of your own way. This goes along perfectly with what I just said. But what if, I don't know if I can because I don't know. It's like an energy of illusions. All this worry, it's for nothing. It's just you creating monsters of the mind. Monsters of the mind. It's you lacking the tenacity to turn your ideas into reality. It really is the energy of getting in your own way, Gemini. This energy you have around you that you're being called to move away from is heavy. It's very spiritually repressive. This energy I have on this table is very weighty. I also heard very clearly that it's very archaic in thinking, which I feel speaks about this energy of conformity. It's like an old way of being, an old way of living, an old way of thinking. For a lot of you, this is most definitely family you need to get away from. It's like they have an old style way of living that just doesn't speak to you. It never has. And you're being called to carve out your own path here. Again, black sheep energy, chain breaker energy. You're not meant to walk this old, worn-out path. Miserable. Following in the footsteps of your ancestors who wished in their older age, who wished in their final days they had taken another path, taken the opportunities that were presented before them, and not listened to the individuals that had submitted and sold out to the generational karma. What do we have at the crown, please? Wow. Ten of Cups, Pisces energy in reverse at the crown. Again, for a lot of you, this is most definitely family related. It's just an energy of having misaligned values with whoever it is you have around you. It's just a lot of sorrow and worry. A lot of stress in this energy, Gemini. This is the life you're expected to live while you're around this energy. I just heard for some of you, this is a marriage or a romantic connection. This person's absolutely miserable. And it's like you have to lower your vibration, lower your quality of living, meet them where they are in order to be in this connection. There's just absolutely no hope with this person, is what I'm hearing. You didn't know this about this person when you first hooked up with them. It's like a energy of just really getting to know somebody and how they function. Maybe like a year into a relationship, all of a sudden, you just wake up one day and this person's completely different. You realize it was all an illusion. It was all a lie. It was just to trap you. Once they had you locked down, then you saw them for who they really are. What do we have at the foundation, please, from the Occult Tarot? See what demons are trying to keep Gemini's root chakra blocked. Queen of Pentacles, Hajenti. And this goes along with what I was saying earlier on in the reading. Cheaper to keep them kind of energy. Queen of Pentacles, I read this in its detriment. It's an energy of financial dependency. Could just be energetic dependency as well. But it's also a very envious energy, which I feel goes back to this family member that's holding you back. They'd rather sabotage you than watch you accomplish what they weren't able to in their life because they already sold out. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy with that Queen of Pentacles. What do we have at the sacral, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the sacral? Ace of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. More stress, mental blocks. More shadow, Gemini energy. Being in your head. Gemini, you see your way forward. You see what needs to be done, but you're just holding back. I see this shackle around your ankle, but it's spiritual in nature, knowing what steps you need to take, but something just holding on to you, weighing you down, that weighty energy. You can't even explain what it is. It's because it's spiritual in nature. You can't see it, Gemini. That generational karma, carving out your own path and breaking those chains, I would say that's probably one of the most difficult things you can ever go through in your life. Breaking the patterns that have been persisting in your family lineage for hundreds of years, decade after decade of your ancestors feeling oppressed, energy of complete and utter domination. It's like an ancestor hundreds of years ago doing something, selling their soul, being cursed, and then sending that energy down through the family lineage for hundreds of years, destroying the lives of countless ancestors that came before you. And then it gets to you, Gemini. You start to perceive this energy in a different way because you're more spiritually awoken than those who came before you. It's an energy of all your ancestors and their wisdom being brought together and handed to you in the form of a torch. You've been handed the torch, them guiding you in some capacity to break this. You're the one. You're the one that's to do this, Gemini. This isn't meant to be carried out any further. This is evolution. Make no mistake of that. Although it may seem incremental and insignificant, this has a dramatic effect on the collective vibration because each one of us is tasked with a similar energy. When we all start to understand this and we start to make moves to break this, we can literally change the planet. We can change the world. By changing your own individual reality, you have an influence on the entire collective. What do we have at the solar plexus? Wow. What a card to follow what I just said. Hermit, Furcus. Whenever I get this card, it's somebody who's going the wrong way, the opposite direction of their purpose, going towards their south node instead of their north node. This person doesn't feel like themselves. It's like the universe is trying to wake them up. Hey, wake up, Gemini. Wake up. We're gonna give you a beard, even though you're a female. Hopefully you'll look at yourself in the mirror and realize that you're not happy, or you're just not feeling and looking like you should, and that you need to make some changes in your life. It's like the energy of the universe arranging things in your environment, signs, synchronicities underneath this Eight of Cups that you need to make a change in your life. A lot of you could be seeing this, just different numbers. I'm seeing 1111 in my mind's eye. I'm also seeing 2222, which would be military time. But for some reason, I'm just seeing that. You guys might be seeing some of these numbers. 3s as well. These are just all synchronicities. They're all signs from the universe, things that are trying to wake you up, that you need to make some sort of change. You need to make a move. It's like this energy is trying to keep you in a cycle where you're repeating the same patterns as these ancestors who failed. I just heard to break the curse. What do we have at the heart, please? Four of Swords, Simius, physical and moral imperfection. It's the energy of lacking progress. It's also an energy of caution, Gemini, cautioning you to break away from this energy of conforming. Hierophant stacked with Four Swords, Libra energy with this Four Swords at the heart. Something needs to be let go of. It's all over this reading. This whole reading is about walking away, getting away, breaking the curse, breaking the cycle. And then we have Manikel, knowledge of good and evil, which is the Seven of Swords, Aquarius energy. And this is literally an energy of running away, Gemini, getting away from this energy, but also doing it in a very stealth-like manner. Don't talk to anybody about the moves you're making, Gemini. Just do it. But there's an energy here, again, emphasizing breaking away. A lot of you have been dealing with some sort of anxiety, depression, which is all connected to this cycle. Once you get away from this energy, all of that is going to start to dissipate. And you'll start to see very clearly that it was all connected to the person, place, thing, whatever it is that you have surrounding you. Again, these are all little signs from the universe that you need to make a change in your life. There's really no good reason you should feel that way if you're on path. Once I got on path, I stopped having any anxiety, any depression. It was all a byproduct of being off path. These are just not things I really deal with anymore. And this is the same for you, Gemini. A lot of truth comes with this as well. When you start to understand the common denominators in your life that made you feel that way, this is your validation that you made the right moves and that you're exactly where you're supposed to be in that very moment. And you will. Thank Source. Thank God for getting you out of it. What do we have at the throat, please? Ace of Cups, Nethael, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. God, the King of Heaven, rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God and gives long life. You will thank God. Source is exactly right. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you for bringing happiness and joy back into my life. It's like an energy of you feeling very overwhelmed with emotion. I just see a lot of you doing the happy cry. You know, when you're so happy you cry because you made it? Right underneath this Nine of Swords. This is what you're dealing with. This is where you're going. What do we have at the third eye? Wow, Ten of Swords. Gemini, that is your energy again. So we have 9 and 10 of Swords. So here you are closing out this cycle now. Luia, the marvelous God. Revelation. Protects from sadness, gives revelations and dreams. It goes along with what I was saying about you seeing things now. You seeing the common denominators. It's like a revelation coming to you once you step into this new cycle. You look back, you're like, oh my God, it was in front of my face the entire time. I can't believe I escaped that. And whenever I see this illustration, it looks like some sort of iron door, right? Like a seal that's been put over this energy. Those could be all the eyes of your ancestors that were lost to this generational karma, this curse, this karmic cycle. And it also looks a little bit like Ouroboros, right? It's like there's the head of the snake. You have a new start here, Gemini, but you need to complete the cycle. Get away from this energy and step into this new timeline. What do we have at the crown? Oh, wow. Unbelievable. 2 of Swords. Aniel. Libra energy. God, Lord of all virtues, breaking the circle. Lifts opposing barriers, brings victory. And whenever I get this card, it's like somebody who's carved themselves out of this karmic cycle. This energy of Ouroboros, the curse. Here you are on the other side. And this is an energy right here with this 2 of Swords of you making the decision not to compromise your happiness for anybody or anything, but rather self-empowering and going after your happiness. Though some of these decisions will be challenging, there's really no other way to do this, Gemini. Your happiness is going headfirst into everything that you fear. And I promise you, Gemini, when you do that, you'll quickly realize that the fear was all an illusion, because you will be met with the warm embrace of the universe and nothing but support from Source to help you develop on your path moving forward. Gemini, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, all of my contact details can be found in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Gemini. Take care.